The big story heading into Season 15 of Formula 5 is the oval debut for the high-speed aero package first introduced in last season's finale at Road America. The package was very popular at this track, however complaints arose from fans and drivers alike after pre-season testing of the package saw series veteran Trek Tolga, who just went off his best season in the league, being sidelined after a vicious wreck with Daniel Leclerc at California. We expect him to be back for the Odessa Grand Prix. That's all for major news headlines. I take it to John Cittadino, who will be taking over coverage duties for the race. Up to you.
The Syra Pole Award went to Luke Pellerin, the Canadian, in car number 88 for Team Menard. He would lead the 17-car field to the green flag here at the Chicagoland Speedway. Going down the front straightaway, Team Menard pulling out to the race lead as Pellerin able to stay out front of the rest of the pack. You see Ian Cooper in the 27 tried to make a move, but ended up sliding up the racetrack. Car's getting into the wall, and we have a car that's spinning back there. That's going to be Tanner Clayson, the 79 machine. Oh, that car is going to get over. Throughout practice, this new aero setup has been wreaking havoc on these race cars, and it's going to do so on the first lap as Ben Atkins also going to go around. Clayson is smoking. Brand LaRoe is going to avoid that wreck, but get into some trouble on his own in the apron. That's not a good place to be. Apron is very slippery, and LaRoe is going to get into the wall. That wouldn't end the carnage. Matt Conti is going to spin his number 85 machine around, and that car is going to go to the pit entrance. Mike Rotana also hanging against the outside wall, trying to come to the line, ends up losing it on the inside, spinning it through the grass, and that car is going to get some air. Slides up against the wall, but somehow going to keep that thing going for the number 40 machine. Pellerin would lead them to the green flag, and would go 3 wide for second place. That green machine to the inside line as a 14-car field, but it should be a very competitive event. Chris Wetz and Mike Rutana going to make it 3 wide. Rutana to the lead, but Wetz is going to steal it away. Rutana ends up slowing down after making contact with the wall. He's been really struggling on this front stretch. Car going over. I think that's Brandon LaRoe. Those cars still going. Let's take a look at a replay. The 30 machine just goes tumbling through the infield. Shades of what happened in Fontana in an IndyCar event. Joe Banch, Ian Cooper also involved. Cooper at his home event. Conti also going to get a piece of this as well. There's Catherine Williams for Tari Chip Ganassi. She's going to spin her number 93 machine, and Ryan Bugaj is going to plow in the number 06, and that's going to be a horrible wreck today. Luckily, these cars are quite durable. 93 machine going down pit road, ends up making some contact with the pit wall. Ill-handling race machine. There's Ben Atkins in the number 1 machine. He's going to start off relatively well here today as the leaders had some problems. Spun out in the first lap, but it's going to keep it going. And Cookie Town machine. Atkins is your defending champ out of Great Britain, so he's hoping that this season will go well for him today. However, we have a challenge to the outside line. What car is that? It's hard to see the number on that thing, but not going to get it done. Ben Atkins is going to keep the race lead, and that car is going to get past for the second place position. Brandon LaRoe, more trouble, keeps tumbling, this time on the backstretch, as, man, LaRoe can't call it quits today in that machine. That car goes for a heavy tumble. Also, this one's going to cause the caution. Justin Lewis in the 81 for the Volvograd GP team ends up tumbling his car down the front stretch. And Matt Conti just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Ben Atkins trying to get to the caution. He's going to slide that car through the apron. And that car is going to go for a wild spin. Almost goes up into the air. Keeps on the ground. Not sure if these drivers like this new aero package. It seems pretty risky. There's Joe Branch in car number 3. This is his first full-time season since season 5. So it's been 10 seasons since he's been back on track. Happy to have Joe Branch from the USA back in car number 3 as we continue our racing action here at the Chicagoland Speedway. There's Justin Lewis in the 81 car, and he's going to go way up in the air as we head to the finish line. No caution, though, for that. Matt Conti's also going to go around, but this also happened at the very end of the field. That car's going to go for a heavy tumble, and this is going to be quite the wreck fest for these cars. Dan Lechleiter is going to go around in car number 10, but he's going to keep it on his wheels. Only goes up on 2 of them. Josh Batista and Joe Branch battling for the race lead. Batista trying to get a bit of a draft on car number 3. What can Batista do? Not going to get it. We have a 4th caution. Chris Wetz for Lotus Racing Team spins his car out, and ooh, that is going to be a rough crash. That's going to knock out our camera. Yep, we lost it. It's Justin Lewis in car number 81 going to swerve to avoid it. Ooh, make some heavy contact with the wall. And that is unfortunate for Chris Wetz. He's been airlifted to the local hospital for minor injuries. We hope the best for him. Batista is going to lead the cars to the green flag as we make our restart. Batista tried for the race lead earlier but wasn't able to get it. Joe Branch shuffled back to the 3rd place position for the Trio Racers. He was on board with Branch as he tries to catch up. Batista is starting to roll away from him, but he's trying to keep that pace. As you just see how fast these cars are going. They're running about 270 miles per hour, running 20-second laps at this racetrack. Ben Atkins and Ian Cooper, car number 27, is going to bring out the next caution as they go tumbling through the infield. And Ian Cooper, at his home track, not going to have a good run here today. That car is smoking pretty heavily. Taking a look here at the... What is that? That's a helicopter. I believe that might be the helicopter that was airlifting Chris Wetz out of here, so it's a good thing they got him out and going. There's Ben Atkins in car number 1. He's going to end up getting to the inside wall, and that car is smoking profusely. Not a good day for the Cookie Town machine, as he's gotten to several spins, but was able to avoid all the big wrecks. There's Joe Branch making the pass on Luke Pellerin. He's going to pass for position, and that's going to be a good run for Branch as he's really making an exciting comeback after his long duration away from the sport. And there is that number 1 machine of Ben Atkins. Caution is out for him. That car smoking way too heavily. I think that's going to put some fluid out on the racetrack, which, given the way these cars have been flipping, extra fluid on the racetrack is not going to help, as he ends up going into the garage area and running over a couple pedestrians. We'll hope that they're alright. Just Batista, the Cookie Town teammate, still having an exceptional race in his number 18 machine. Take a look at Ian Cooper, able to get that 27 car back on track, but having trouble in the same spot. Caution 7 on the 59th lap of this event. He flips it over on the front stretch, but hey, compared to other wrecks today, not so bad. Maybe they can get that car still on the racetrack. We'll lose some time though. Batista still out front. The pack is starting to thin up near the front of the field. Batista has been having a great race though. He's one of the few drivers that has really mastered this setup. Everyone else has been having a hard time with cars getting off the ground or getting horribly loose in the turns, but Batista really going good. Here's on board with Joe Branch just to show you what the driver sees as they go around this course. And just things are rushing by so quick, you have very little reaction time, considering these speeds of almost 300 miles per hour at this 1.5 mile racetrack. Batista runs it down to the apron. It's a little bit dangerous, but he's able to make it work. Still holding on to the race lead for the Cookie Town team. Ben Atkins losing the position early on. Batista, the Portugal driver, having a great run, but he gets a little bit loose, and that's going to allow Joe Branch to catch up. In car number 3, the American driver dives underneath. He'll lead the lap and steal the race lead. The Trio Racers machine having a great run out on the racetrack as he's starting to pull away from Josh Batista. Joe Branch really making an exceptional comeback today. This is a drive of his career, as he is back after 10 seasons of absence. And that is going to do it today, as Joe Branch is going to be your winner here in Chicagoland. An exceptional effort for this race team. First win and his first start in over 10 years. So, Joe Branch, congratulations to you. Let's take a look at your race results.